Warning, this show is not for the serious or sensitive individual. I repeat, this show is not for the sensitive or serious individual.
In other words, if you sensitive, do you a favor, definitely do me a favor, and get the fuck from around here, player. Yeah.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.
Yes, y'all. Welcome y'all to another episode of There Goes the Neighborhood. I am DomG. Before we go any further, do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit that button on the bottom. Appreciate it. Today, man, listen, I've been excited all week for this episode. This right here is special to my heart as a man that come from the hip hop scene. And we all that grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, if you were true into the hip hop culture, you know the two gentlemen that I'm gonna have on tonight. They are from the Lyricist Lounge show. The Lyricist Lounge show that had celebrity after celebrity, artist after artist, and just nonstop talent on a roster that honestly wish it would have went a lot longer and should have went a lot longer. But again, I'm honored. We got the Master Fuol and Wordsworth. They're with us. They're going to be here tonight. And we're going to talk about the old days, the Lyricist Lounge days. You know, find out things that happen behind the closed doors and all that good stuff. But again, I got to say that I have to introduce these gentlemen, but I had to introduce them with this first. I got to make this proper. Excuse the quality of what I'm about to show you, because I did the best I can with what I could find. But I want to introduce these guys the way it's only right.
Yo, check it out, yo. Where we at? We at the Lyricist Lounge show. It's packed with rapping, laughing, and acting. Lights, camera, action. The first ones to ever place a sketch to a beat. The avenue and street where hip hop and comedy meet. Yo, it's going down at the Lyricist Lounge show. We wildin' out at the Lyricist Lounge show. Y'all know the deal about the Lyricist Lounge show. It all happens on the Lyricist Lounge show. People.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
yes,
no. I just want to say one thing.
Man, Wordsworth and the Master Fuol.
Hey.
What's good, fellas?
Hey, I tell you this much, man. I just want to say love, man. I love y'all. You know what I mean? And you know, I everyone for Wordsworth, bro. Who knows where I'd be right now, man? Because he's always
always
here.
Man. Love is love.
Always here.
All right, let's get right to it. I'm sure what people want to know about, right? How did the whole Lyricist Lounge come about? How did y'all even get to that point? For those of you who don't know, me and Fuol go back long since we were babies. I mean, that's my brother.
Since we were baby, we lived in Puerto Rico. We played baseball. We gave all our life, football. We did everything. But literally. Words gave me maturity, you know, and showed me how to mature. Like, yo, you want to. We're
going to get to that. Let's start from the beginning here. Let's start from
the
beginning.
All right.
Let's not jump too far ahead now.
I'm a space jumper.
Come up at that
you
time.
know, hopscotch on stars to play pool with the planets, brother.
Yeah. So we were doing the Lyricist Lounge Volume 1 in Firehouse Studios, and during one of the recording sessions,
I remember that.
We were doing like the ciphers for the album, and it was all of us there, and you know, it's about 20 MCs, and we all, you know, you can't be in a room with 20 MCs and not know rapping happening. So Wise Guy and Gaston, the
twins.
The twins.
What's up, Miss Lovely B?
The twins, yeah.
Yeah, they usually are there with a radio and recording every freestyle throughout the city. And they actually had the beat playing, and everybody started rapping, and I was like, man, how am I gonna do something different when it comes back around to me? And so I started acting like the wall behind me was a kind of like a chalkboard or whatever, a board to teach. And
you was the teacher. Yes.
Yeah.
You got us on MTV. I don't care what anybody say. It was you. All right.
That's what I hear also.
I don't mean to cut your wisdom.
You deserve all the credit from what I hear.
Yeah, but that's what happened. So it got recorded. And then once it got recorded, it got into the hands of Jacob Septimus at that time. And he had some connections with MTV pilots. And I recall vividly him like, yo, I want to talk to you. I went to his house. He's like, yo, I got this tape. I'm looking at it. They named it The Professor. We watched it. He was like, yo, this could be a TV show. And I kind of blew him off. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at that time, when we were it was like the protocol
crazy.
MC was you rap, get a record deal, then you get movie and TV. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking no way I'm skipping the process of that. And once they got in touch with like that pilot situation was occurring, they got Fuol and Power, and man, it's crazy. One thing I like to say is Danny Castro and Anthony Marshall getting Fuol and Power and me all together and making it to TV together. That's not always the case. Yeah, a lot of times it could have been me getting chopped and keeping them two or one of us go. They liked all three of us and seeing the chemistry there, and I salute them for that, and salute MTV for the fact that it was. I
salute you too, my big brother.
That's awesome, brother. And that's dope because, like you said, you don't see that most of the time. They will take one and then replace the rest, and like all right, but
they try to replace me with Jordan Black. You know that, right? Over a situation.
What did he in the first season?
They couldn't replace. He came as an actor. They wasn't gonna replace you as a rapper.
Okay. Oh yeah. I was gonna say the rap chemistry. There was no way that was gonna happen.
Oh no.
Your chemistry just was. Y'all was so ahead of your time. Like it's just for me. It was like I remember because at that time I was in school. I was in college at that time, so I wasn't around the block. The one time when I came back out, I remember I came out. If you guys remember when they had the premiere, I forgot what club it was.
I think it was Envy.
Oh, was it Envy?
I think Envy. Yep.
Yeah. Club Envy. Yeah.
You remember how deep we were in that?
I couldn't get everybody in. I remember.
It was like 40 of us in the front. We can't. I went downstairs. I'm expecting just like one truckload. We all gonna go. No lie, your words when I tell you, the block was full of truck after truck after. I didn't know anybody that was in the trucks. Right. Loaded up. We go to the front. They was just like, oh, we don't know if we can let everybody in. Right.
I couldn't get that day, man.
Yeah, we did.
That. Yo.
Losa said we had to pay off the bouncer. I do remember that. Definitely.
You remember the tunnel?
Yeah, I remember the tunnel.
The tunnel. Yeah, we performed under the bridge.
Did you guys do something in the tunnel?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
At a Lyricist Lounge showcase at the tunnel before too. There's actually a picture of that's one of the pictures with 50 Cent and Eminem and everybody in the tunnel doing one of those. You've seen that picture around, but yeah, we did that too some time ago too. But yeah, man, it was that night at Envy was dope. That was real dope.
Yeah.
I just want to say this shit though. Only person really put me in check was Words. Words was the one that can like put me in check. Like, yo, nigga, you need to chill the fuck out. And he don't even cuss, bro. He don't even curse, bro. That nigga was like, you need to chill the fuck out. I was like, all right.
Nah, man. My vibe is this, man. Is just time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
absolutely, man.
Time and place for everything. I'll go to war with you if you're right. Whatever the case, I'm gonna ride with you. But like, I like to make sure whatever decisions we're gonna make is a right decision because just trying to always think forward for us. So
yes, sir. Thank you.
I mean, perfect example is the show I do here, right? Like, if you've seen some of my past episodes, it could get real crazy, right? But there's a time and place for everything. You got to know how to adjust to who you're around and things of that nature. You know, some people might call it being fake. It's not being fake, man. It's just, you know,
nah, this is real live. This is real. And I'm proud of you, Dom. I'm proud of you, bro. You know what I mean? I watch you,
brother. Appreciate you.
We come straight from the projects, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
You know, come on now. I just left you. We was and I think you should do the There Goes the Neighborhood thing better. That wasn't
the words. That's another thing we're gonna talk about. I want to talk about with you a little later, because me and Fool was talking about. You know, I don't know if you knew. I think he spoke to you about it, like the series. So something that we can maybe possibly work on in the later time.
We will work on it. We just
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, Words, which this I'm pretty sure is probably an easy answer. But who gave the crew the hardest time while you guys were filming?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it 3,000.
360, baby.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. All right. It would seem to be Fool. This is where my respect for Fool grew. Because Fool definitely likes to hang out and party and go, you know, he'll leave and come back, right? But here's the thing that I think why me and Fool are so tight is, despite how much he would go out, if I left or Power left and the rhyme was at 10 bars and we needed another 10 and it was late at night and we left it there, he would come in. It could be 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And when we wake up, it would finish.
We done.
Yeah, so that's where the mutual respect lies with both of us. There is the fact that despite whatever he was doing at that time, he knew like work would get done. And that's why I just stood with it overall. Just like, I don't care what you do, play around, whatever, as long as we get the work done. And that's why me and him, I think, are so tight, is just the understanding of time and place and what's important. Like, I don't care what you do. Just make sure we get this done. You know what I'm saying?
Get it done. That's all you care about.
Each other for this type of stuff, you know?
Can I speak real? I just want to add something on. I just want to add on to your wisdom, man. I be cold knocked out. I wake up in the car. I wake up with them carrying me to the car. To the car. And I get there. I wake up in the office like he's up. But I had shit done.
You got it done.
Oh man, Mama Bear, I gotta deny her real quick. I'll go over there in a second.
No matter what.
But yeah. Like, Words is my mentor, you know.
Thanks.
Like my mentor. Words, Jeff. Like, these are my mentors. That
and I think
if it wasn't for you, Words, I'd have went a whole nother I think direction. Like
Jeff too. Having Jeff was
Jeff was our brother.
So having Jeff explain what it was like and knowing time and place made me go, okay, time and place. So it is from that leadership of Jeff for sure that just kind of like the domino effect down.
Well, the scenes that you guys did on the show, was everything pre-written? Like, well, I know obviously some things were pre-written, but how did they come together? Like, was it where you would come up with a scene and you guys would fill in the lyrics for whatever?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And we was off on Saturday.
And Sunday.
Sunday. That's only 2, but we were still working every day. So
how much material do you guys have to get done?
As much as possible.
Yeah, we would kind of like come up with a whole bunch of scenarios first.
Okay.
And then we would pick which ones we thought were gonna be funny. Like, you know, like, yo, that'll be dope if we do this. Once we picked the settings and kind of the settings and it was like, yo, let's do this. Then we sat there and wrote them. But we definitely would have at least 4 to 5 done for that week, because remember, it's one episode. So it's one episode per week. And in that episode, you got about at least 3 to 4 sketches. So I think if you put it like that, we had to have at least 3 to 4 sketches per episode.
And then we also shout out to the comedy writers too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shout out to them because they gave us stuff to build on too. You know,
Somebody had a question. They want to know how fun was it recording the barbershop scene? Big Low.
That was one of the funnest ones because we got to dress up and look crazy. I don't know if Words was really with that shit, but he was with it.
Oh, the barbershop? Yeah, I love
the barbershop. Yeah,
barbershop. I had on the wild glasses, and we
yeah.
That's the Common. That's the one with Common.
Yes, Common. Common Sense. He loved it. Yeah. Common Sense loved it, man. And big up respect to him. No mean to cut your wisdom, brother. No, but big up to Common Sense, man.
Because the time periods we had like back in the days, and we throwing stuff in there like the symphony, and then we go up to the Black Power times, and then we go to the future and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I loved it.
Those barbershop scenes were dope.
That barbershop scene.
Was that idea? Did that come from Nutty Professor with the barbershop scene there? Do you know if that that was where that idea came from, or was it just like
we wouldn't even think about no Nutty Professor, but you know what? It probably been in the back of our mind or something, but we wouldn't think about no Nutty Professor. I was the Nutty Professor, and you was the smart professor, and you went to sleep. You talked to your wife every night, and kids, and I just partied. I was just a party animal.
Hey, that's hard to believe, man. That's hard to believe, bro.
I'm just saying, though, bro. And, man, you want to get crazy real quick? You ain't got the kids around you, right? Because me personally, this is why Words ain't really fuck with me like that. Because I had, females. My ladies here too.
Say what you call them.
I have females all over the place
on the show, please, man.
Yeah. I'm keeping it 360 all the way.
I ain't going to court for nobody.
No, it's all good. We ain't gotta go to court. I ain't like rape nobody or nothing to do nothing like that. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of females living in my room.
I could imagine. Well, now y'all live together.
And Words ain't want no part.
Y'all lived together during when y'all was filming.
Yeah, we all lived together.
We lived on Wilshire and Western, like right behind
Wilshire and Western.
Right behind it. We ain't lived in this. We had a pink mansion.
We had a pink mansion. It was actually a Korean funeral home.
It was huge.
We had a Korean funeral home.
Joint was crazy. So I actually looked it up the other day, fool, on Google Maps. I think they tore it down and built like
tore it down?
I think there's a hotel there now.
Wow, that's crazy. You remember we had the Wyoming boys?
Yeah.
Come down and build us a full court basketball court in the back of the
full court in the backyard.
We had the full court. Words used to bust everybody ass at basketball. I'll tell you that much. I'm pretty all right.
It was dope, man. And like I said, I looked at it on Google Maps the other day to try to see it. Like, fool, you can see exactly the whole block and everything. And check it out when you get a chance.
All right. Yeah.
Who was I mean, y'all had a lot of celebrities that would come on the show. Got the list we got Snoop Dogg, Common, Mos Def, Q-Tip, CeeLo, Da Brat, Onyx, Slick Rick, MC Light, Crazy Bone, Big Boy. A lot of people. Which one of those celebrities, like, if any, when you met them for the first time, you were just like, wow, this shit is happening right now?
Wow, it's a couple of them. Slick Rick was one.
Yeah, Rick.
You know what? That probably would have been there for me too. Slick
Rick came through. And MC Light, cause Mama Fool knew MC Light.
I remember the episode where at the end you guys were freestyling. I remember when Mama Fool was in the back there. That was with the MC Light show.
What? I don't remember that.
I got I would say Snoop. That That was big. Snoop, because I remember when Snoop walked into the room with his script, he said, "Yo, who's writing this stuff?
Who's writing this?"
He was like, "Yo, and then he was like, "Yo, I just want to change some things on it." He said instead of like the Dreamcast, he said, "I want to say Dreamcast with a blue controller."
Blue controller.
Instead of saying, yeah, fool. Instead of saying,
I see the excitement just from Snoop.
Like, you the general, bro. You the general.
Another thing he
said, the general, bro. He said instead of Adidas.
There you go.
He said the Converses.
That's what
boom.
He changed.
And that was it.
Was like, yo, this right here is crazy what y'all writing. So to get him to come in and love it, and then just like change just those two things, and that was incredible. That was one, and then I think one of the
so sorry to cut you off, but you guys would write the artist version of scripts when they were coming?
Yeah, we had 2 days actually to get it to get it, and we only had 2 days because we had Monday, Tuesday. We had Mondays. We had to sit down.
Right. They would memorize it pretty quickly.
Tuesdays, so they had to memorize it in like 2-3 days.
Yeah. That's why we had to write it so fast. Like Fool saying, Monday talk, Tuesday have it kind of written, gotta email it to them so that way they can see what it is and memorize it by the time they pop on set. So we were really scrambling like that. The only people that wrote theirs, Light wrote her full one on her own.
And Light, MC Light came through like, I won't write my own shit. But that was a cold-blooded skit right there.
And then Slick Rick wrote half of his.
Yeah.
He kept half.
Slick Rick came through. Yeah.
And then other than that, that was it. You know, we wrote everybody.
Well, Snoop changed his 2 lines up. Whack Whip. And who else? One of the bones. We
wrote the bones.
Crazy Bone.
Yeah,
we wrote the bones joint.
I think, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, when you look at the Lyricist Lounge show, you look at us as some whatever backpack underground at that time. We actually knew how to write everything. You know what I'm saying? We would so the double time for Crazy Bone and Big Boy at that time. Big Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. People may think you're watching the show, you're not, but like I think people it's dope to mention that to give people an idea of like how skillful we were as writers. Like we were able to write for any artist. It could have been any artist that would have came on. We were able to do the writing for it. So
we were able to write for any.
That's like a different type of talent right there, because it's one thing to, you know, like we all write our own rhymes and we do music, so you know how to create for yourself, but to create for someone else with their style and that's a whole different type of talent.
It came with knowledge, because knowledge is to know, look, listen, observe, and respect. So if you can do that, you can anything, you know what I mean? So we had a certain level of respect for each other, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I remember Crazy Bone when he came on the set and heard us doing the rhyme. He told them he was relieved because remember, if you watch the show, you don't see that style, but we knew that's the style. So he was like, "Yo, I appreciate it," because he thought we was coming with some like, you know,
that had to be tough.
Style.
No, it was actually. It wasn't really tough.
Who was the toughest one you had to write for? You feel like?
I don't think it was really tough.
It wasn't even tough. That shit was. That shit was easy, nigga. Honestly, I was fucking bitches. Excuse my language, baby. Excuse my language. I was fucking bitches getting high. You know, I stayed up all night. So you know what I mean?
Did y'all
you know,
like
Words
that
had a
when y'all would
once
write,
Words talked to his wife, he going to sleep. So he's talking to his wife in the chills. He go to sleep.
When y'all would write the verses for the artists, would y'all like look at it with each other like, nah, we gotta do a better job. Nah, this ain't right. We gotta.
We've done that.
Y'all like kind of.
Remember, we had a bad idea for. We throw it up in the air.
Yeah, it gets shot down.
The shot down.
We had a bad idea, and dudes was
with it. That's a bad idea. But like, everything gets shut down.
But that's why, if you think about how tight we were, you can say, nah, that's not a go, and we shoot it down, and there's no personal. It wasn't
no personal, yeah.
Nobody was like, oh man, you know, y'all dissing
ego.
It was no ego. It was like,
you gotta check the ego at the door, man. You have to.
That's how it was. No ego.
You know what I remember? One thing is John Miller.
Oh yeah, executive.
The executive producer of MTV.
I want to touch on something real quick, man, because this is something I spoke to you about this a little earlier, right? And I mean, first and foremost, let me send my condolences to Nick Cannon. Just lost his
yes. Bless.
You know, that's something
bless
parents should ever have to go through. But with that said, I've had a real issue with Nick Cannon regarding the issue with Nick Cannon, and I feel like and look, I'm speaking maybe a little out of line here because I don't know if he tried, but I feel like this should have absolutely been an attempt to get you guys to come on the show and pay respect.
If he wanted to get us on the show, he know how to reach out.
That's how I feel, and I got an issue with that because that wilding out comes
you don't know the background behind what he going through too, because you have what they call that shit. You know, when you never know what's going on the other side.
Yeah, I mean that's true. You don't, but I still have an issue with that. Do you guys feel any type of way with that? Like, has that ever crossed your mind where you feel like maybe they could have paid some respect to the Lyricist Lounge show?
I respect the simple fact.
Hold on, one at a time, before because it's cutting up.
No. You go first, General.
Oh, I met Nick Cannon though. Like after the show ended and he started doing Wild Now and whatnot. And then one of my boys, one of the writers from Lyricist Lounge, Kenny Buford, is cool with Nick Cannon. So like Nick Cannon is aware of what we've done and stuff like that. As far as like bringing us on and do the show and stuff like that, I never look for anybody to do anything for me or anybody. I kind of look at it like, I don't know, like Fool was saying, I don't know what's going on with the powers that be, but I feel like, we're strong enough to just make our own thing and get to that level anyway, regardless. So I don't have any gripes. So I don't really think about it honestly like that.
I'm actually happy. I'm happy to see that. You know what I mean? Something we created, went to a whole nother level of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's beautiful of him, to do that. And he put these other people on, and
they're doing a hell of a job over there.
There was a show before Wildin' Out that tried to kind of do what we did too. That was on MTV too.
Which was that?
It's called Crash and Burn, and
I've never seen that.
Yeah, if you ever, it actually came out right after us on there, and they would pre-record their rhyme sketches, and it didn't work. And that basically lived by its title. Yeah.
I mean, I did hear, that the budget was the big reason of why they couldn't continue that show, because
I think so.
Such a big budget on
because we had big names. We had Snoop Dogg, MC Light, Slick Rick. We had Slick Rick fresh out of jail.
Yeah, it was like, a lot of it wasn't necessarily the budget too. It also got into a point that the behind the scenes, as far as the staff we got, first season we had all hip hop staff that was helping us. Second, after that first season ended, I believe they gave us Tom Green staff.
And they took over.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
Tom Green, you're right about that.
And then
Jackass. These all the same. My bad.
When you talk, you're cutting them out.
Yeah, Jackass. We actually saw Jackass pilot before it aired, so we knew that was coming. But the staff that they gave us, they replaced all hip hop staff with a staff that didn't care about hip hop. Literally, during one of the meetings, one of the writers from Tom Green, he came in with an idea, and Dev Jeff was like, "Yo, you really need to go back and watch some of the episodes." The guy said he never watched any of our shows and was trying to come in and give us ideas. So, that shows you the respect for the craft. And then even the director that we had, she wouldn't play any games when she was down. She would, if you messed up a line, she said go back and do it. This new dude, he didn't know anything about hip hop. He could care less if you messed up.
Yeah,
job done.
I remember that.
No,
you bring it back.
It was two different staffs of specializing in what was going on. So that's what happened, really.
I'm glad you said that because I remember vividly that first season, how dope it was. Everything was just fire. And you saw a huge difference from the first season to season 2, as far as the different skits and I remember I used to say to myself, like, why are they doing so many more skits that don't even have as much
whitewash
anymore?
My man.
I felt that and I sensed that. But, I never knew that until you just explained that to me, and
yeah, it was
that makes a lot of sense, man. I felt that.
There was a lot of other stuff too, but it's a lot of other stuff too that this was behind the scenes happening, and it just is what it is. We did. I'm proud to say at least we made it through a second season, because now that I watch Netflix and a lot of other shows, I'm like, man, they get one season, one and done. And 2 seasons is a big deal.
We had a third season.
I tell you what, I listen. I mean, I've been watching all the old shows and things like that.
You remember that?
All you see is comments on every episode, everything. All you see is, why aren't they bringing that show back? Why can't we get this show back? I mean, that's all you've seen for years now. People still want that show back. If they were to come to y'all to be able to do that show again, you think it would be possible?
Yeah, but not like that. But yeah, we got General there. We got Def Jeff. We got Fabulous Power. We got the Powerful Words. Like everything that just come together like magnet.
Bring it back. Bring the damn Lyricist Lounge back.
I don't know.
They gotta come to us. They gotta come to us because everybody giving millions and billions of dollars out. Ain't nobody come to us and be like, "Yo, look, I need you and you together and do that." We'll come to us like that. That'd be cool.
I think it needs it wouldn't probably be the same name though, because that's more so like Danny Castro or Anthony Marshall would have to have that kind of name. But I think the concept can be revisited, probably with a different name and so on and so forth. Being on the camera, doing the rhymes and stuff, I'm kind of like 50-50 on that, because just understanding the more business side of it, I understand how the money is made. So I wouldn't mind being on camera for certain ones, but I do know what it's like to be behind the camera and doing stuff and how important that is. So, I'm either or with it, but overall the business has got to be right.
What was your personal, each of you, we'll start with Words. What was your personal favorite moment of the show?
Oh man, I think my favorite moment of the show was actually when we would be up for nights writing rhymes, man. I mean, having a job,
I know the feeling,
just writing rhymes, having fun, having money to order food and whatever we wanted to do, and just write rhymes, and knowing what we're writing, when people hear it or see it, they're gonna wild out. We're saying you know what I'm saying? Imagine that we're writing rhymes.
Excuse me, Words. I'm gonna smoke.
All good. I'm saying I
love you.
Writing a rhyme and knowing that millions and of people about to hear this rhyme that you wrote for this skit and everything, and they're gonna wild out when they hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was it. Like when we did the bank heist and we was writing that rhyme.
Yo, that was intense right there.
We knew if we pulled that off properly, people were gonna flip and get in that beat, that Mobb Deep beat. Just man.
That was good. How did the beats come about? Did you guys decide on the beats, or how did you guys?
We all had to say so.
At least Powerful. How did the idea behind Save It Private Rhyming come about? That's one of my favorites all time too. That was a dope one. How did that idea come about?
Words, that was actually you, because you had this flow on this thing, and that was you.
Such a dope concept.
You know what's dope about that one too? That's one of those flows that we doing the double time style on this. So I think that's what it was too. Just let's do something different. But I remember, Def Jeff was the one that would bring in the beats of selection. And then here's the deal: you have to play the beat, right? If he brings it in that Monday or whatever it is, then they have to hustle. MTV had to hustle to get it cleared by that Thursday to use it. Mm-hmm. So we right into it, and then there was some beats that we couldn't get cleared, but Def Jeff would do.
So he had to make it.
He would remake beats. So lucky, that's what I'm saying, that genius of having Def Jeff there. If we didn't have him there,
that was big.
Make beats.
Man, Def Jeff was the.
But that's where I learned a lot about splits and publishing and getting stuff cleared a lot. I learned that because how long it would take for a beat to get cleared, and then if 10 people own that beat publishing, they had to get in touch with all 10 people before we could use that beat on the show. So
yes,
it was kind of wild. So yeah, man, it was definitely that was fun. But Saving Private Ryan, that's one of the greatest sketches that people love to this day.
So, yeah, that was definitely a classic. Without a doubt, that was a classic, man.
Yeah,
so while y'all was filming out there, and I need to know, like, did you guys go to any what was like your popping celebrity party that you might have went to? That you
I didn't go.
Words ain't go to no parties. He probably went to one. Words.
We plead the fifth. I get it.
No. Shit, call it what you.
That's you can ask people to this day how.
Nah, food tell me though.
I ain't nothing like that. So like,
that was my job. That was my job to go fuck all the bitches and go to the parties and drink all their liquor, smoke all their weed, and But
they come back.
Words is home
on the paper.
No,
Words is home working.
The thing for me, because you gotta understand, man. Like we're talking about millions on the line. You know what I'm saying?
So job,
like we're talking about a big corporation. This is Viacom. So like my mindset is just really Viacom. They own all of that stuff. So my mindset is really like we got to pull this off vibes. You know what I'm saying? So like that's I get very in tune and serious about stuff like that, especially when it's those moments, because I just knew like we had to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Because of how much money was at stake. We're talking. That wasn't no game. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was millions of dollars. That was. Yeah. And I just want to thank you, Words, for for letting me be me, and then checking me when I need to be me.
Yeah. Now I never really had this. Or I just let you know, we just gotta get this done, man. We can't do that right now. That's
hey, Words. How was it in the crib? Because I know in the Ville when we be in the crib. Full crib that was the hangout party crib. So you could walk in the crib at 2, 3 in the morning, doors open, come in, chilling with a 40, having a blunt, smoke, whatever you're doing. So was he turning y'all crib into that?
It was that.
It was that.
It was that.
It was that. But it was that. But that's the dope thing about it is everybody was who they were and nobody stepped on nobody's shoes. Like Fool lived the way he lived. I lived how I lived. Power lived how he lived. And Def Jeff stayed with us so much. It's like he lived there too. So we all, I think that might even be understatement how much we respected how we were just who we were, and nobody had an issue with how each of us were.
Got you. My man Sully, who does the Set podcast 6145. I guess he's asking you how were you so mature in your thoughts back then? And I mean back then. You were what? Early 20s, right?
Yeah.
At that time. So, like I was actually talking with Fool about this earlier. Like, your mind was way more advanced than any of ours at that age frame, like, so who do you give credit for that?
I'm gonna tell you.
I give Words credit. I give Words. I give Power.
I ain't talking about you, Fool. Ain't nobody say you was bright at 20. I'm talking about him, man. Try to take your shine, man.
Really, man. I'll be honest. One thing about me when I was younger is that when we were younger, all of us, I used to watch those horror stories of what would happen to rappers. Like that was our favorite. So like things that dealt with like publishing and like Ice Cube going in priority with a baseball bat. Things with Snoop, with his publishing. I used to watch a lot of those things and issues that was happening to rappers that I looked up to. And I just was kind of on the vibe of like, I'm going to do everything to avoid that vibe. Because I had these examples in front of me. If I don't use these examples in front of me and pay attention to that, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm kind of just being neglectful. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Facts. So like publishing, I own all my publishing because I've seen the horror stories. Knowing that things could go like that in the blink of an eye, that you can't, it won't be here tomorrow. I was like, yo, we gotta take advantage of this opportunity because there's no guarantee that we're coming back a second season. You know,
you always said that too.
Yeah,
you always said that too.
I mean, even to the point I was working in the World Trade Center at that time. Even while the show was on, I was still at work because I felt I was not dependent on that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I would be at work and people would watch the show and be like, yo, why are you here? And I was like, I don't play because it's not promised that I'm going back. So it's that mindset, man. I'm looking at the artists ahead of us. A lot of our favorite artists.
You were just ahead of your time like the show was. I mean, pretty much, bro. I gotta ask, man, for my own selfish reasons, right?
Go. Be selfish.
How was it to work with Tracy, man? Like Tracy Elise Ross, for people that know that she became. I mean, that was her first. Was that her first acting job?
I don't know if her acting job, but first TV show, I think.
All right.
Yeah,
and she became. I mean, she's a household name now.
And one of the things that I learned from working with her was the fact that she got the rights to go film a pilot to do Girlfriends at that time. So she was prepared to like segue from the Lounge show into something new. And I wish we would have done more of that. Like me, Fuol and Power would have been more auditions for other things at that time. But we didn't know. We didn't have that knowledge. So that's a huge thing that I learned and observed at that moment was like, make sure you working on these other projects outside of this. And as you can see, it's a consistent thing of there's always a new project that she's working on consistently. So I wish we would have did more auditions. Like Fuol would have been great. And Fool's like an action star, how his character is. Power has his own characters. I have my own thing. And definitely. I wish we would have taken more advantage of that.
Excuse me, my phone's on.
That would have been dope.
But we learned. We live and we learn.
For those who don't know, Diana Ross is her mother. Did she ever come down? Did you guys ever get to meet Diana Ross?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Dope, though. She giving her daughter her own shine, and I think that was pretty dope of her to do that. But I've always been I've been a fan of Tracy since the show. I mean, I only got to meet her the one time at the club, and other than that, I never got a chance to ask her if she would marry me or not.
I think Word saved her from being around me too, because
I believe it.
Yeah. You say.
Hey, Words. How many times did Tracy look at you like, would you please help get this man away from me?
It wasn't. Yo, I'm gonna give you. Yo, I'm telling you, man. 2,000. Like everybody was who they were. That's the only way it would work. If you knew who this person was, that's how that person was. You respected that person. I've never seen no like craziness of like, yo, that person bugging or that person wilding.
Yeah, we never bugged them each other.
Everybody was. You got to remember, me, Fuol, and Power are out there together anyway. So we knew each other before a Lounge show. So we already are out there together, going to stick together no matter what. And if I'm able to tolerate what Fuol does and Fuol tolerates me and Power, vice versa. Now, if we all able to tolerate each other, there's no breaking that wall. So you're gonna have to ride with whatever Fool does. You got to ride with Power. You got to ride what I do, because no matter what, we're out here together. We came on the show together. We knew each other before the show. We know each other on the show, and we're gonna know each other after the show. That's how it is, man. If we respect each other, if we respect each other, you gotta respect the other one.
I mean, I'm not gonna ask for any names, but did you guys have like some assholes that were on the show with you that you always kind of be like, oh, I can't take this.
Oh yeah.
I know. Feel free to throw the names out if you like.
I know who you're talking about.
I ain't throwing no names, but yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, there was one other dude that wanted to rap, but it was just like
no,
acting too like, I don't know, man. It was just
not what you do.
Man, we had a couple. We had a couple. I ain't gonna front.
You know what it is.
I ain't throwing no names out, but we had a couple.
It was the ego though. It was the ego.
Yeah.
And he wasn't one of the celebrities. He was just somebody on the show standing in on the sketches too. But it just ego wise, like we coming out there chilling, just trying to do the joints. And
most of the comedians, fuck it. I'm telling it all. Fuck it. I'll tell what need to be told. You know what I mean? You know what? D'Artagnan, he used to work with Martin Lawrence. You know, so he came from the Martin Lawrence show, and he got kicked off. Hey, D'Artagnan, I love you, my dude. You know, and you know, he's trying to fight everybody, and you know what I mean. He had this ego with him that like. He was hurting. He was in pain, so he used to throw up this shell and you know, blocking. And he just wanted to fight and shit. I'm like, oh man, they know. But you know, we down there, shit, man. We got powerful words. We got our team. We weren't even paying attention.
I mean, at that time, you know, it was kind of like the only tension it would be, honestly, would probably be in the beginning of kind of starting the show. Because remember, we're starting the show. And the writers really didn't know what they were there for, because they couldn't write nothing for us, really. So, and we were actually the primary part of the show. Yeah. So you got us coming there.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, it's tough for them because they kind of like, these are the dudes that's part of the show. Some of them been working in the business for years, and we like coming in like, come on, yo. And they're not writing.
Coming off the streets.
Yeah.
We came off the streets.
Yeah, literally. And I know they had to look at you guys
came off the streets and.
I think they look at you guys like most people, like any of us probably would, right? You doing something for so many years, or some new people come in trying to do what you're doing when they've never done it. Obviously, there's going to be a little friction there,
right,
between the two. I mean, that's understood. So that had.
But we loved everybody. Man. Like we loved.
We
everybody. I wish Power was here right now because.
We're gonna have to do this again, and we'll bring Power on, man.
Yeah,
we got because I have certain, you know what I mean? And I know y'all ain't like a lot of shit I did, but
yeah, but you would love everywhere. Listen, people that are out there, for people that don't know Master Fuol, let me tell you, he lived true to his name. He's a fool, but there's nobody. I mean, he's the type that you take him anywhere, and you're gonna look at him like this crazy son of a bitch. But at the end of the day, when you leave, you're gonna be like, I love this guy. You know, you're gonna say this guy is just genuine love.
That's
true.
That's the reason of the name is like he's a master fool. So like he's not a fool in the mindset of like not knowing what to do. It's the fact that he knows that there's some things and some ways about him that's unorthodox, but he's able to master it through his life. Like like I said, no matter what time in the morning he came in, if he's seen something not done,
I'm gonna get it.
I would bet on him to get it done.
That's I could believe that because I remember there was times after the show, and we would be in the crib and we was writing some lyrics, trying to get the Brownsville Kid joint, and I remember we'd be there, and he would come in like 7 a.m, just coming in with a pen and pad, paper. Let's write some lyrics. Let's work.
Right.
Put the beats on. Start working. And I mean, that was just a part of the love, the love for the culture.
That's the respect, He respects your energy. That's how Fool is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
If you come foolish and act crazy with him, he gonna act crazy with you. If you respect him, he's gonna respect you. And that's how we all are,
Los took it back to Fool, aka Tycho. That's what we used to call him back in the day. Words.
Tycho. Wow, that was my first win.
That was his tagging name. Your tag name.
Yeah, I used to write that shit all over the wall, bro. Man. And I had all the Tycho tracks.
I was about to say, it gotta come from the racetrack.
Tycho.
Yeah, brother.
That was dope, man. That was dope. But listen, man, we gotta start wrapping it up now. But before we
ain't wrapping shit up. We just started.
It's only we coming. We're gonna do this again for sure. We're gonna do this again.
We just started, but don't get me started.
And listen, hold up. I just wanna.
I ain't seen my brother since Bruce Lee died.
I just saw you a few months ago.
That's long, bro.
We actually saw him a few weeks ago when he was having technical difficulties.
But that's long. No, bro. You don't know how much I miss my brothers, bro. You know what I mean? I miss my airlights,
Absolutely, bro.
For real.
We gonna start to get this damn show back, man. We're gonna work something
it's
out.
Already there, bro.
We're gonna do some stuff to get this going again.
I'm
gonna work on my end. I promise y'all that. I'm working on my end to get some things done. So
and we're gonna get some people in there for you too.
Before we keep touching on that, I just want to say, everybody, just real quick, if you guys have not heard, my man Words has a new album out.
Let's get that popping.
Super fire. Undivided
Share
attention.
Share that.
JF. You could listen. Go on wherever you get your music from. It's free. Just go on there. Take a listen to it. When I say dope, it's fire. I mean, to have that old school feel that I know a lot of us miss. To have, and when I say Words, I mean this from the heart, bro. When it comes to as a lyrical genius that you are. There's not many that I can say that are better. The man is a lyrical genius, a lyrical legend.
Genius.
And
like
listen
genius.
To that undivided attention. Again, that's all undivided attention. Look it up on Pandora, Spotify.
I just want to plug the book too. I have out. It's called What Words Are Worth, Volume 1. So make sure you get the book as well.
What is it again?
He was telling me write this book for a minute.
What was the book?
What Words Are Worth, Volume 1.
I gotta take a look at that too.
Volume 1.
Gotta take a look at that. What Words Are Worth. That is dope. But fellas, man, I want to say thank you.
Nigga, you ain't getting no money that quick. We
gotta go, fool.
Listen,
you gotta wrap it up. It's a show, man.
It's a show. I can't go beyond certain numbers. And plus, I don't want to see a hand come from the side and pop you in the back of your head. I want to cut it while everything's still peace. So we're gonna, but we'll bring this back, man, fellas. I would love to have y'all back so we can do this again, talk a little more, and get a little more in depth about everything else. Maybe we'll get Power on the next one and have a little more fun.
We gotta get Power. We gotta get Def Jeff. We gotta get Def Jeff, man. It's so many people that was a part of this. You know what I mean? It goes deeper than this too. You know what I mean?
So let's set it up. We get everybody together, and that'll be a fun one, man.
Just let it fall into place. Just let it fall into place, man. Like,
thanks again, man. Words, I appreciate you. I know you got a ton of things going on. Fool, my brother, I love you. Let's keep it going. And like I said, I'm working on my end. I got a few things so we can talk about, and let's bring something for the people, man.
Talk is cheap, bro.
For the people, man.
Talk is cheap. Ain't no kids around you, right?
You're allowed to say whatever you want, player.
My kids are grown, man.
I'm just saying though, bro.
You act like that ever stopped you before?
Man, we good.
No, yes, it has. Look, my bro. Look, one thing I tell you about my bro, he'll check me like, son, all right, such and such is around. Man, you don't even know, bro. This go deeper and deep, bro. Like if it wasn't for words, bro, yeah. He made me think before I do, you know. And I just want to say that out to the future, you know. Think before you do.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Take me out and bust my ass in basketball, nigga. Think about this. Like he won't play me in football. No. Like I know I was. Man, but this man right here is a certain individual that's like, this is God sent. This is an angel. That's God.
So you just gonna keep going, even though I said I gotta.
You gotta sign out.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. You're gonna have to hang up on me, brother.
No,
I told you once you get me, you got me.
No, please continue, please.
Once you get me, you got me. I just want to pay homage. I just want to pay homage to Wordsworth. You know what I mean? My nigga Vincent John. My nigga Vincent, you know what I mean? You don't even know. You like
Master.
Then you have Def Jeff.
He checking you right now. You said he texts you, right? He checking you right now.
I'm out, brother. Thanks for the platform.
All right,
my
bro.
brothers, I
love you.
appreciate y'all. Everyone that is out there, my brothers, I'm gonna throw y'all in the back real quick. Thanks again.
Say peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Again, there goes the neighborhood. You know, full words, man. I can't say enough about those two brothers, man. Incredible human beings more than anything. And thank y'all for tuning in as we do what we do here. There goes the neighborhood. Subscribe. Don't forget. Next week I'll be back with another very special episode with a lovely lady by the name of Miss Lovely B. And we're going to talk about having a life coach in your life, you know, someone that's motivating. And trust me, I could be a life coach. Don't start laughing at that, all right? But again, that'll be next week. Thank you for tuning in this week. I appreciate all the love. We out.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.